T-Rexes are known to be apex predators, but it's actually a lot harder to be a T-Rex than you might think. So today, we're checking out why it sucks to be born as a T-Rex.
The Mesozoic era, 65 million years before any human will ever walk the Earth. You've just cracked out of your egg in a very shallow hole.
Let's go.
You devour the
They're so
Triceratops
tiny.
leg your mom
He's
left
feeling
you,
dynamite.
And waddling around looking for her, you find a lush dinosaur paradise where all dinosaurs coexist peacefully with each other.
Oh,
Right.
It's more like the Hunger Games on steroids out here. You hear high-pitched shrieks and ferocious roars echo in the distance. Not taking any chances, you jump back into the hole and hide behind your siblings. Because hey, if anything's gonna get eaten first, it'll be Steve.
Did you guys know that T-Rexes laid more than one egg?
No, I would have definitely thought that they only did one egg.
11, 12 eggs right there in one little batch.
I think that's like most reptiles. They lay a lot of eggs because a lot of them probably die as soon as they're born.
Yeah, because their parents suck. Their parents leave them to die. Like, what is that parenting? That is terrible. Especially with all the other dinosaurs and mega pythons and whatever else there was back then. There's almost no chance that these things survive as babies.
I know. Imagine you spawn in and then you look up and your mom accidentally steps on you. That probably happened a few times.
Just like
That
that.
was probably your mom,
What?
enjoying a snack of her own.
Oh.
Because if there's
What?
one thing she's good at, it's parenting. Other
You guys-
dinosaurs
Oh.
straight into extinction.
Thanks, Mom.
Oh
The
my
harsh
gosh.
truth is, you're now faced with only two options: survive or be food. Because here on the ground, everything that's bigger than you either wants to crush you, take a bite out of you,
It is eat to
or
grow.
swallow you whole. It's like a giant prehistoric buffet, and you're on the menu. Luckily, that little dino your cannibalistic mom just devoured wasn't your sibling. Your sibling
Oh,
is still
good.
intact.
Oh, he's dead.
Here's
Oh,
the game
bye-bye.
plan
Yeah,
for the
now
next
he's
few
dead.
weeks. Hide, scavenge, and don't die. Your meals? Pretty much whatever doesn't try to eat you first. Not exactly Michelin star options, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. Lucky for you, you do have some tricks up your tiny sleeves to try and make this work. Your massive eyes give you binocular vision,
Uno card.
helping you spot any sudden movement from prey. Your long legs and big feet let you dart and swerve around bushes faster than most predators.
I wonder if when T-Rexes are born, their arms are proportional size to their legs, but then their arms just like never grow. Or do you think when they're born, their arms are like literally like half a pinky size, and then they grow to be like a full pinky size?
Yeah, I wonder why they have arms at all. Maybe they don't. And archaeologists like actually have it wrong.
No, they
No,
definitely had
no.
arms.
But what's the point of these? There's no point in them having
Sir
these.
Scratchies.
I remember reading that, like, even though they look tiny and pointless, because the T-Rex was so big, like, the arms are actually 3 feet long, but they just look tiny because proportionally on a giant T-Rex, like, it's gonna look really tiny, but they could actually do a lot of damage.
That's probably the size of my arm.
3 feet? Yeah, probably. So imagine your arms, but they have giant claws on a T-Rex.
Oh, that's not bad actually.
You could probably do some stuff with that. You could pick up some stuff. You could scratch something.
My one even knows that big though. I don't know.
With a bite force of almost 6,000 newtons, are perfect for tearing into your prey.
Oh
One
Even
my
as
bite,
God.
babies.
and you'd slice through them like a hot knife through butter, except the butter is screaming for their life.
That looks so good.
Oh, you also have arms. By the end of the week, you've basically become a stealthy mini ninja. Your parents
Wow.
still bring you back the
It's only
occasional
1 week.
lizard, but for the most part, it's up to you to survive.
That's pretty nice of the parents to bring back some dinners.
Yeah, that's better than I thought the mom
There you
would do.
go.
The moms
Yeah,
actually
that's
bring
not
them back
bad at
food.
all.
It's like a mama bird, except once every year.
Well, they say T-Rexes and a lot of dinosaurs they come from chickens, aka birds. So T-Rex is kind of our birds. So maybe they did treat their kids like birds.
More like a penguin, because they can't.
Instead of going and getting worms though, they go and get giant like anacondas and pythons.
Yeah, you know, you had to get giant spaghetti for your baby T-Rex.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Honestly, didn't think you'd make it this far. And you're now officially a T-Rex teenager. Your muscles bulk up
Emo
like
stage.
you're Arnold training for the
Go
next
ahead.
Mr. Olympia. You've now grown to 25 feet, about as tall as a one-story house.
Already?
And weighing in at a whopping 2 tons.
This is 1
That
year.
happened
The high
Whoa.
school linebacker of the Mesozoic world. Nice.
Wow.
Your speed now reaches up to 20 miles per hour. It's still not as fast as
What?
Usain Bolt, but thankfully he
It's
doesn't
close.
exist yet. You've also found yourself a healthier diet, decapitating your victims to access the yummy, more nutritious parts behind their head. That's when you spot something in the distance. It's a lone triceratops grazing along the water, a juvenile. Silently, you sneak
You can
close
take
enough
that.
to see its horns twist
No,
as it turns
no,
around.
no.
Just
Good
in time-
job.
Triceratopses are my favorite dinosaur. If they actually scrap and that Triceratops dies, I'm gonna be really sad.
I think it's a plot twist and they actually fall in love.
Ooh,
I don't
and
know
and
about
they
that.
interbreed.
There's no way.
I could ship that.
That Triceratops is looking like a Big Mac right now to that T-Rex, Alec.
I don't know. I think the Triceratops is gonna win. Nah, Triceratops wins this fight.
If it was an Ankylosaurus, I'd agree with you, but this is a Triceratops, Alec. The Triceratops not gonna win.
We'll
Talking
see.
about
We'll
one
see
of the
about
apex
it.
Just in time to
predators.
see you launch from the shadows.
he
The
jumped right on
Triceratops
it.
struggles.
He's good.
Sorry,
Oh, that was
Alec.
easy.
He's good.
Like a Rice Krispie.
He's
treat
gonna
Oh, that
as
was
you
easy.
devour your meat.
Wow,
Stay
Alex.
not good.
Stay
You
That's
make
an
this
L.
your daily
is not
routine. Roaming, hunting, eating, and sleeping.
They're already
Sounds like a
Finally,
great
at around
life.
20 years old, you are now an adult T-Rex. With
Oh,
only
nice.
about 8 more years to live, you start to realize that
That's
life
it?
as an apex predator can get pretty
I
lonely.
thought they lived to like
and the thought
70.
of sharing your glorious existence with someone else becomes very appealing to you.
Did you guys know that they have only been found in North America? That's where we are, guys.
Because we're the only ones digging for them?
No, that's just where they lived.
Do you know where?
Whoa.
I don't know exactly where, but yeah, they've only been found in North America.
I think somewhere in like Alaska, somewhere northwest, there's like millions and millions of bones, but not from the Mesopotamia Java era with the dinosaurs. It's from the Ice Age era. So there's a lot of like mammoth bones, but there's like, it's like an insane amount. Like it like doesn't make sense to archaeologists why there's like millions and millions and millions of bones all piled up in one area.
It seems like the T-Rexes were only found in the US and Canada.
I still think that we actually know way less about dinosaurs than what actually was, and there's no way for us to ever really know. But everything is kind of hypothetical based on bones that were found.
Now we're getting the facts right now.
I don't know. I don't really believe a lot of it. I think some of it is like kind of true, but there's no way for us to like actually know. And archaeology is actually highly competitive. So archaeologists used to scramble and just start putting random bones together and create dinosaurs that weren't even the same bones, just to say that they found a new dinosaur and become famous and rich from it.
It's true. A lot of people agree now that a lot of dinosaurs probably had feathers, similar to birds.
That's what I'm saying. So really, take everything you hear with a grain of salt. Except for this video, this is totally accurate.
You set off on your quest in search of your soulmate. Your
Ooh,
first
go for the
challenge
one
is
with
competition.
wings.
You quickly learn that the mating game isn't just about who's the biggest and baddest. It's also about strategy, charm, and even some theatrics. You walk
He's a
towards the
Giga
local
Chad
watering
T-Rex.
hole where the females gather, and that's when you
Ooh,
spot her.
la.
A stunning
Mimosa
female
hour.
T-Rex.
Wow, wow,
Glisten
wow,
in the
wow.
sun.
She's got that 2
T.
foot on her.
Fierce and
Recamundo.
confident.
She got that
You can't
yabba
help but
dabba
stare.
do.
So here's the plan. You're going to put on a show. Make it dramatic. Show off
Dinosaurs.
your hunting skills
I like
and
it.
agility
This is
first
how Alex
by
got his first
challenging
date.
the smaller dinosaurs. You take down the Hadrosaur and let out a triumphant roar once you're done. You want to catch her attention.
Oh,
but more
that'll work.
importantly, you want to send a message to all the other dinosaurs that want her too. The female T-Rex watches your display, a little intrigued. But wait, don't get too excited yet. Your roar
Why not?
seems to have attracted other sorts of attention too.
Hey, another apex
A
predator.
fierce and angry adult T-Rex is also
Uh-oh.
looking at
Cow.
you.
That's Daddy
He's
Rex.
crossed into his territory.
That's
You
Mad
really should have
Dog.
checked where you were before you started your
Don't
performance.
mess with Mad Dog.
The ground shakes as the two of you clash, fighting tooth
Oh
and
my
nail
God.
for
The
the
voice
upper
of the
hand.
death for the lady.
This is a showdown.
The animation
that will
got really
determine
cool.
The next ruler of this valley.
He looks
And
way
because
more
of the
powerful
roar,
now.
You dodge your opponent's powerful jaws and
Boom,
counter
dodge.
with a quick
I'm
swipe
quicker.
of your
I'm
tail.
better. I'm
Their
faster.
arms do look
The
longer
other
now that
dinosaurs
I'm
watch in
watching them
awe
fight.
as you emerge victorious. And you turn to see
Oh,
the
let's
female
go.
looking at you with a new
Nice.
respect. You've definitely caught her eye now.
Hey,
You offer her part
baby.
of your Hadrosaur feast, and she accepts the offering.
Was it a cannibal?
Congratulations, you've got yourself a mate. Here's the thing, though. Finding a mate is only half of what's to come. T-Rex
What
life
else do I
hits
gotta
hard
do?
when you're suddenly faced with parenting.
Nah, you
You
don't
stand
gotta do all that.
protectively over
Gosh.
your very own shallow hole and clutch of eggs. You and your mate take turns guarding the nest, warding off any potential threats, like scavenging raptors or pterodactyls that think they can snatch your babies. 4 months of restless nights
Oh my
later,
gosh.
your eggs begin to crack, and the sounds of hatchlings
4
emerge.
months it takes
You
them to
can't help but
hatch.
feel a
Little
surge
Wow.
of
baby
pride.
T-Rexes.
Each little T-Rex that breaks free is
I
a
would just start
testament
eating
to
them
your
as
hard
snacks.
work and determination. The world is not kind to the young. You know that firsthand. These little babies are part of you, but they're also about as helpless as a cow at a dance-off. you're going to need to give them
I bet that it's probably hard as like such a big T-Rex when you're like 40 feet long to try to defend your tiny little baby eggs against little creatures that might try to come and like steal your eggs. Because you're so big, you probably don't move that fast, and like a little tiny rat can come along and like steal your egg without you even knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Like try and pick him up off the ground?
Yeah, you're just like this.
Hey, get away! I'm calling my manager.
Especially pterodactyls too, because I know that they're bigger, but they can just swoop in, swoop out, gone. So if you can literally not be looking for 2 seconds. Next thing you know, a couple of your eggs are just missing.
Somebody's about to have some scrambled eggs for lunch.
need to give them guidance,
That would be so
protection,
nutritious.
and probably a crash course in survival.
I think I'm
At
gonna have
first,
dino
you
chicken
do
nuggets
your
for lunch.
best, bringing them back the occasional lizard, but eventually they'll have to figure things out on their own if they want to
GGs.
live.
Bye-bye, little
So
Johnny.
now it's up to nature to run its course.
Oh,
Oh.
Seasons pass, and
He
you
didn't see
become
that.
Johnny.
recognized in the region. The younger
Dino of the
dinosaurs
year.
whispered tales of the fearsome T-Rex, the
That's us.
prehistoric Baba Yaga. You've carved out a space for yourself, a domain where you rule without challenge.
someone's about to challenge him
Yash.
soon.
But then, the years begin to take their toll. You're not the
Aw.
spry, quick hatchling anymore. You've grown larger, wiser, but also a bit slower. The other T-Rexes around you, the younger ones, eye you with a mix of respect and something else. Ambition. They're hungry for power, and as you age,
are they
the
gonna do?
instinct to
His own
dominate
son
begins
is
to
probably
wane.
gonna challenge
You
him.
find yourself more content to rest in the sun, basking in the
Aw.
glory of your past hunts.
Oh, he's getting old.
That's the dream for a T-Rex.
I wonder if the young
Again
have
to assert
respect.
dominance. You
Oh
rise,
gosh.
your massive
Who are
body
you?
blocking the sun. You let out a mighty roar, a sound that echoes through the valley. The young T-Rex steps forward, its a roar echoing back at you.
Oh, he just got way
Oh,
scary.
guys.
I don't like this.
Louder, fiercer, full of raw arrogance.
Hey,
For a
chill there,
moment,
little guy.
You think about how easily you could crush this little upstart, and the problem would be solved. You've spent your whole life fighting for dominance, battling for territory, throwing down with anyone who dared to challenge you.
But what does it
But
all
as you
mean?
stare down at your opponent, something
his
shifts.
son.
This time was different. As the young T-Rex charges at you, you feel your muscles ache and your mind heavy. You realize that the thrill is gone. You've been here before,
Dang.
over and over. Maybe you're just tired. Tired of the constant fight, the endless noise, the same routine of proving you're the biggest and the
This
strongest.
got really sad.
That kind of
You
hits
lower
deep.
your head. The adrenaline fades. Maybe
Kill
it's
me.
time to step down.
He's
The
like
world's ready for a new king.
dying.
Oh,
Well, I guess being a T-Rex isn't as amazing as we all may have thought. But surely, if you're the biggest dinosaur in the entire world, you'll have nothing to worry about, right? No. Now me and the boys are checking out why it sucks to be the biggest dinosaur who ever lived.
Welcome to the afterlife. You're being reincarnated as
Oh my god.
I'm dead?
an
Brachiosaurus.
Argentinosaurus. You enter the world by passing
Argentinosaurus.
through your mom's
Ooh.
ovipositor.
95
It's
million
kind of
years
like a
ago.
water slide, but it's actually just a part of her reproductive system.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, and there's no splash at the end. Right now,
Oh, wow.
your mom is one
yeah.
of the largest animals
Dangerous.
to ever walk
What the?
Earth.
Is that queso?
Those things get up to 100 tons! Oh my, wait, that is insane.
Yeah, when you think about it, I mean, blue whales are still bigger, but things in the ocean you think are gonna be big and weigh a lot because they basically don't have to worry about gravity. This thing was 100 tons and it had to worry about the gravitational pull. Its back must have hurt 24/7.
Well, we're about to find out.
You're about the size of a melon, and frankly,
That's a
just
huge
as
egg.
defenseless. So what do your parents do to protect you?
Like this big.
Let's go see.
They just put some
That's
dirt on
right.
you. Wow.
They cover you in a few.
I mean, it could be worse. I was imagining them like taking a couple steps and just dropping a big poopy.
I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. Poop, dirt, you know, orange, tomato, potato.
I enjoy dirt. I like dirt. I roll in dirt.
Adam, you would make a great dinosaur.
I'm liking it so far. I'm liking it so far.
I was thinking that maybe there's got to be a small chance that, like, sometimes when they lay these eggs, because they're so big, you got to think that they can't really see the ground that well. They might accidentally just step on the eggs. It has
For
to
sure
happen
has
sometimes.
happened before. Yeah.
I know.
and then kind of forget you exist. You'd think they'd just use their size to keep you safe, but babysitting while being 70 tons isn't the best idea. So think of them abandoning you as a favor. But now we've got a bit of a problem. You're in an egg, and nothing's stopping predators from eating you. But that's all part of the plan. Every year, the adult Argentinosaurs group together and lay their eggs in one big batch. So instead of you being the only sitting duck, you've got about 1,000 more. It's really just a numbers game. By flooding the area with so many eggs, the Argentinosaur ensures that even if most of you get eaten, get sick, or stumble off a cliff, a few are probably going to survive.
I was gonna say, so like all of the animals in the area, the other dinosaurs, they basically know when it's this time of year where the Argentinosaurus is laying eggs. It's basically like a McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's full-on buffet.
They're rolling up to Golden Corral. Buffet season, baby.
Can we revive these dinosaurs? I want to get in on that.
Well, unless you're the dinosaur in the egg.
No, I'm saying let's revive them, and then I will go to those fields myself, and I will fry, pan, cook each of those eggs individually.
Kind of crazy. The eggs were probably massive too. They were probably like at least a few feet big.
We actually have a huge egg shortage right now, so we could use some dino eggs.
We could. Too bad we
I'll be
can't
honest,
because it's, you know,
your life
impossible.
is basically Squid Game, except you don't win anything. You just get to not be eaten. Anyway, you'll spend the
Facts.
next few months in your egg growing until you're around the size of a goose. Leaving your egg, things get intense
pretty tiny.
fast.
Oh my
You know how you play a
goodness.
video
yo.
game
Holy
and then the objective
smokes.
just says survive?
Yeah.
Well, you climb out of your hole, but before you can even react, you
Oh my god.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
That
A
one was just
Titanoboa.
unlucky. Let's try that again.
No wonder these
This
people went
time you see the
extinct.
ferns on the edge of the nesting site.
These are dinosaurs,
You make a
Adam.
run for it, but your stubby legs are too slow.
Oh, that's so
Crawling,
sad.
tiptoeing, even playing dead. But they all end the
So
same
what's the
way.
best strategy?
So,
Hide?
how do you survive? Sea turtles. Yes, sea turtles.
what?
So, they pretty much got the same strategy as you. Lay a bunch of eggs and hope a few will make it. But the ones that do, they'll unintentionally use their siblings as bait. Something
Oh
like this.
no. Got
So
him.
you need to find a group of your housemates.
Isn't that crazy though? Like that's how a lot of animals still live today. I know it's like crazy that we're watching the life of a dinosaur, but it's so similar to so many other animals that still exist.
Turtles.
That's a good point actually.
That's what I do to Jag.
Doing this, you all dash into no man's land at the same time. Left and right, hatchlings are going
Oh
down.
my god.
But you, along with a couple others, are able to make it to the
Guys, we made it.
You literally get spawned into like World War III. It's like things are coming out of the sky, monsters are trying to eat you, snakes are slithering, and you're coming out of the egg like this, just like you don't even know.
It's very different than how we were born. We were born and then it was like, hi mom, hi dad, oochie goochie goo.
Like we get bored, we're sucking milk.
Yeah, we would literally die immediately if
my
we
gosh,
had to
yes.
survive back then.
If you already have a slight case of PTSD, you'll probably forget pretty fast. Your brain is tiny. Its functions are
Perfect.
no more than don't get eaten and eat. And that don't get eaten part is starting to light up. These forests are teeming with predators. You've got Moposaurus, Meraxes, Scorpiovenator, and those are just the ones
just
that can
making up
swallow
stuff.
you in one bite. It's time to deploy, really, your only survival adaptation. Go Gadget Cryptic Coloration. Okay, this might not look like much. But
Camouflage.
it's kind of like how a baby deer is born with all those white spots, as it mimics sunlight filtering through the forest. And your coloration helps you blend
I didn't
in
know
with
that.
the
It actually does
side
work.
cats.
I can't
All right,
see it.
not the
Where
most
did he go?
OP trait, but I told you, it sucks to be born as an Argentinosaurus. But besides, if you get spotted, as long as you keep sticking by your newly formed herd, the odds of you being singled out decrease significantly. But these are all band-aid fixes to the bigger problem. You're small, and as a sauropod, that's a one-way ticket to death. So you need to start your bulk ASAP.
So they start off the size of a goose. Just imagine the amount of food that they have to eat over an amount of time to be 100 tons. Do you guys understand how much food that is?
It's gotta be tens of thousands of pounds.
Do they just never poop? They like absorb all the energy?
Adam, when they're full size, their poops are the size of your entire body, I'm pretty sure.
How did they get to that size though? I'm not understanding. That doesn't physically make any sense. This just doesn't actually exist.
Have you ever played Agario, Adam? They're basically trying to become the biggest in Agario. They're just eating and they're eating and they're eating and they're eating and they're sacrificing their siblings. And then the crazy part to me is that they're herbivores, so they can't even eat meat. How do they get protein?
They're just eating trees.
Yeah. Well, herbivores don't need as much protein as omnivores or carnivores, and they digest the plant fibers differently than we do. And so that's why gorillas are so strong, is because the way that their body digests plants is different than the way that ours does.
Hold on, digest plants. Okay. What else?
Well, that's about it. They just turn plants into muscle, unlike
Okay.
humans.
Is it photosynthesis?
That's how plants grow. That's how plants eat. They essentially eat the sunlight.
Oh.
And then the gorillas eat the plant that eat the sunlight. So really, if you think about it, the gorilla is eating the sun.
Interesting.
I'm gonna tell my dad about this.
They have to eat hundreds of pounds of plants in order to survive?
Tens of thousands.
Well, let's see how
That
many.
seems like a lot.
The easiest way to do that is by eating from the tops of trees. But maybe
But you
you'll
can't
just
reach
stick
it.
with what you can find on the forest floor.
This sounds
It's
awful.
version of a lawnmower, except you don't really turn off. Thanks to that small brain, you really only need a few hours of sleep at night.
Huh.
But even with that almost around-the-clock eating, you can't waste any time.
So he
That
literally
means
eats all
no
day.
TikTok, no doom scrolling, and
All right,
certainly
I'm back.
was
I'm back.
bound to be
I love
a
this.
In fact,
dinosaur.
you couldn't chew
This
even
sounds
if you
awesome.
tried. Your jaw muscles are non-existent, so no Chad
What?
face for you.
Oh.
However, without the need to chew, each bite saves precious time. But even this strategy has its drawbacks. Without teeth to break down the plant matter, you'll need to find an alternative method to do so. Step 1, acquire a rock.
Wait, whoa,
Now
whoa, whoa, whoa.
swallow.
What are we doing? Whoa, 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 whoa.
Once these
What?
are in your stomach, they'll turn into these things called gastroliths, which
What?
are just rocks in your stomach. But they'll help break apart your food like the teeth
No
in a
way!
One other thing you'll need to do is acquire a strong gut microbiome. This will help you extract
Interesting.
as
I
much
told you
nutrition
guys
as
eating
possible.
rocks and dirt
There's
was
only
not
one way
was
to get
good.
that. This is dung left by one of the adults.
It's saying
All of
this.
those gut germs.
Wait, are
you
they gonna
need,
eat the dung?
You're gonna have to eat it.
I've been
Once
saying
that's
this.
all-
Why do you think my gut is so
Food
much healthier than your
growth accelerates
guys?
rapidly.
Reduce, reuse,
By year one,
recycle.
you're already the size of an adult cow. By
That was
2,
quick.
you're double that and only growing faster by the day. Your
Okay,
tail is
wait,
morphing
maybe
into a formidable weapon.
he's onto something.
Your legs are less stubby, and your neck is stretching closer to the leaves. Now you'd think bigger always means better, but for you, not so much.
He's in like an
One day,
awkward
you and
phase
your
right
herd are
now.
play fighting, and out of nowhere, a Moposaurus appears.
Oh my gosh,
They're
genius.
the largest predator in your environment, weighing in at 5 tons and about 35 feet long. And they're
I think
essentially
T-Rex.
eating juvenile sauropods.
Oh,
At your
God.
size, there's not many options. You're too big to run. Well, you can try, but your top speed is only like 5 miles an hour. You're too big to hide.
That is
with your
horrible.
cryptic coloration kind of
So
disappearing at this
slow.
point. Yet, you're still too small to
So
fight
they're a
back.
giant turtle.
So as always, you're a sitting duck. But
Still?
now you're a bigger one?
How
You're
did
only
he
going
survive that
back
long?
is
Now they're
a
just
dance
easier to
off.
spot.
Okay, one of you's about to get eaten.
Oh gosh.
Like a
So you
sick
gotta
game of
trip
Russian
your
roulette,
brother.
You managed to make it out alive. But you're not going to be able to survive like this for much longer. Your herd's numbers are thinning. It's time for you to seek protection elsewhere. Now that you're grown, you're finally big enough to join an adult herd. One might assume finding a group of giants isn't that hard, but it's kind of like spotting a whale in the ocean. There's a lot of ocean and not a lot of whale. The key is the pattern to their movements. Their paths often follow the same routes year after year. Now,
Oh, that's
remember
Argentina.
That dung you'd rather forget about? It actually holds even more secrets. As they ate, they unwittingly planted seeds,
What?
leaving behind a trail of future trees. And to help
That's pretty
you zero
cool.
in even further, you can always follow the scent.
Team
patterns.
trees, baby.
By doing this,
You're telling me that as a baby Argentinosaurus, if I see a trail of trees that formed from the poop of the other Argentinosauruses, I can follow that, and then I'll find the big guys that are pooping out more trees.
But what's crazier to me is if you think about it, the Argentinosauruses are eating their own poop because they poop out the tree, then they eat the tree, then poop it out, then it grows, and they eat it, and then they poop it, and then they eat it.
What's even crazier to me, how many trees today are from these dinosaurs pooping?
A lot of trees, Adam, have been in the intestines of dinosaurs. I might have to try this. I'm gonna eat an entire apple the next time I see one.
I'm just gonna start pooping
And
outside.
then make sure you poop outside, yeah.
you should be able to find the herd sooner or later. For the next few months, you do a lot of walking, but at least you get to eat along the way. And
Yeah,
though you
poop.
haven't had any luck yet, one night when you try to go to sleep, you realize how much progress you've made. You're so big now that it's actually uncomfortable to lay down. From this point on, you'll be sleeping standing up.
Just
However,
like a horse.
this night,
What?
rather than
What the heck? That seems so dangerous. I've seen horses lay down.
If they lay down, that means that they're sick.
Oh.
That's how you know that they're old or sick.
But don't their muscles get tired of standing?
Let me try this.
All right, now do that for the rest of your life and see how that goes. That's what horses and these dinosaurs do.
How do they get comfy?
Fun fact, humans are actually not supposed to lock out their knees and like stand straight up because then they lose circulation to their head.
We gotta be like triple threat while I sleep.
Yeah, it's got to be like that, Jack.
My quads are starting to burn. So far, it's awful.
Taken by the sun, a gush of a waterfall. That wasn't here when you went to bed.
Is that pee?
And
Please
why
tell
does
me it's
it
not
yell?
pee.
It's pee.
Oh. Adult Argentinosaurs pee a lot. Maybe even upwards of 100 gallons a day. They actually drink
my
so much water
God.
that during some droughts, a herd of them can eat.
As an Argentinosaurus, you eat poop and you get peed on.
That's a crazy world.
Poo poo pee pee poo poo.
Everybody craps on dinosaurs, but I mean, dude, they're onto something. This is awesome.
Can easily turn an entire pond into a puddle.
They just pee on each
Well,
other. Gotcha.
At least the herd found you. And besides, it tastes kind of good anyways.
What?
What?
Even with this new group, life still
Ew.
isn't sunshine.
This is
and rainbows.
insane.
You're an outsider to them. So for now, you'll just have to follow along until you're accepted. Over the next few months and years, you build trust.
Whoa.
Getting closer and
That was a
closer
crazy
until
clip.
you fully integrate into the herd. And while now you've got some extra protection, life has brought on a whole new dynamic.
Like what?
You don't really get how the hierarchy works yet. You just know you're on the bottom.
Why?
And every once in a while, someone comes to
Because he's the
remind you.
newbie.
Yeah, he's small.
Nevertheless, there is a clear leader.
Do they fight with their
She's
necks?
the oldest member of your group at around 50
Slay
years
queen.
old, and has probably given birth to
Slay.
everyone here. Her lifetime of experience guides the group. When a predator comes, she organizes a defense. When someone wanders off too far, she lets them know.
Hey,
You're
yo.
learning a lot, growing fast, and by about 20, you're too big for predators to really mess with you anymore.
That is
Usually, you're
next
spending
level.
your time eating, of course. But now, you can do it even more efficiently.
I'm thinking about it was probably good that most of them got eaten. Because, like, he just said that one of them could take out an entire lake and turn it into a little puddle.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure too, I read before that like when they walked around because they were big groups and herds that they would literally trample trees and the brush and like they would leave a path of nothing behind them.
It reminds me of like the Colossal Titan from Attack
Yeah.
on Titan.
That is true. That's basically what they were. And wait, these are they're actually bigger than the Colossal Titan.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
Yeah, they're taller than the Colossal Titan.
And they got a bigger booty.
Yeah, and then instead of being like so hot that they burn everything about them, they just pee everywhere. They kind of do the opposite. They just leave a wake of pee wherever they go.
They drink the lake and then they pee it out.
Fun shower time.
They pee on the babies.
Now that you're larger, your neck offers even more benefits. Sure, you can reach up to the tops of trees now, but the best part, you can do this big circular rotation.
What?
So
Whoa,
rather than
I got
moving
confused for
your
a
entire
sec.
body for your next bite, you can just move your neck. But that's not the only thing that's changed. Since losing
Okay.
your cryptic coloration,
I gotta try that.
It's been replaced with these very vibrant colors. What's the point of camo when you're the size of a building anyways? These vibrant
True.
colors now serve the purpose of attracting mates. But
Whoa!
Go ahead.
I gotta try that.
Me too.
I gotta paint my head
Your
blue.
reason being
Natural
you're grown adults.
tattoos.
You have to compete with them to reproduce. And because they're older and bigger, when you sword fight with your necks, kind of like a giraffe, they
Ooh.
always win.
Ooh.
Until you get bigger,
Look
no
at that
love for
thick
you,
neck.
and it's very traumatizing. By
It's all
about
about the
30,
neck
you're
size.
big enough to finally win these fights. You get your mate and your babies. They're born
Go
in the
ahead.
same nesting site as you, and following your family tradition, you abandon them.
Yeah.
Of your 1,000
Like a
babies you're
man.
born with,
Crazy.
approximately 50 have made it to adulthood. That's about
Wow.
a 95% mortality rate. You're one of the lucky ones, but at least you've made it. By 40, you're pretty much fully grown. Some think you'll continue to grow slowly forever, but at this point, you're around 80 tons, about the size
Ooh.
of 13 African elephants.
Ooh, that
and
is
around
big.
110 feet
Oh,
long,
that's it?
which is longer
That's
than
longer
some
than a blue
whales.
whale.
You've
Oh,
grown about 100-fold increase since you were a hatchling. That's like a 20-inch human baby growing to be 160 feet long. But you are cheating. A little bit. You have these air sacs all throughout your body, which cut down on
What?
weight while also giving you your huge build, making you 10 times
Interesting.
larger than any predator in your environment.
That's
So
Sounds
when
like
crazy.
the
Apollo.
sauce gets
SpongeBob
close,
blow-up muscles.
You have no problem pulling out the hydraulic press. Still, your life ahead is long. Some Argentinosaurs live to 100 years old. As you
What?
age, you'll gain new responsibilities. Help lead the herd, pass down everything you've learned, and continue to grow the generations that will follow you. Nothing can stop you. Well, almost nothing. On your 51st birthday, there is a thunderstorm. And because
Oh,
you're so
no.
tall, the trees can only provide
No
so
way.
much cover.
No.
And then
No.
Being the biggest dinosaur may seem like the ultimate flex, but realistically, it's not all that pretty. What else is not all that pretty is one of the funkiest looking sea creatures that you'll ever see, a narwhal. And apparently, it sucks really bad to be one of them. Let's check out why.
You enter life from your mum in the freezing Arctic waters, surrounded by chunks of floating ice.
Wait, where's the horn? Is it not born with the horn?
It might have to grow it, Jack.
Yeah, because imagine it if it gets born with the horn. Imagine what the mama has to go through, bro.
The mom would die instantly. She would get stabbed from the inside.
That's like eating a Chipotle burrito and then having that come out.
No,
Are rhinoceroses born with no horn?
Probably not.
I don't think so. I would say like a tiny horn. Then it probably
Okay.
grows bigger.
That's cool.
Is immediate. Swim straight up through the icy water and take your first breath. Oh, and you better be quick about it.
they can't breathe
The
underwater.
surface is about 20 feet away, and you've got lungs screaming for air the moment you're born. Your mom stays close, gently nudging you upward. The first gulp of Arctic air burns your lungs, but you did it. Back underwater, your stomach is already demanding attention. You nudge closer to mom, finding her milk that's thick as cream. Perfect for helping you pack on the blubber, since you'll need it in these frozen
Yummy.
waters.
Take my money.
Guys, you do realize it is in the freezing Arctic Ocean and it can't breathe correctly. And when it does breathe, it is freezing cold air.
Adam, speaking of breathing, he stopped. Yeah, no, that's actually crazy. And I think it's pretty hilarious how dependent humans are when we're born. But like wild animals, when they're born, they are just tossed into like the most horrific conditions and have to survive at 1 day old. But like human babies can't survive until they're like 3 years old, probably.
But even mealtime isn't simple here. Every few minutes, you have to pause your feast and follow mom to find another breathing hole. When the ice is too thick, she uses her long spiral tusk like a spear.
That's what
breaking
the
through
tusk is
frozen sea
for!
To create a
Whoa.
breathing space for both
No
of you.
way.
Your
It
eyes are
actually
still
has
adjusting to
use.
this weird world.
I actually don't believe that. I'm not even kidding. There's no way that they do that.
That's definitely why they have a horn.
Yeah, but the ice is like probably this thick. How like they're that strong?
The horn's that thick.
Bro, they're big. They're like really big. They're like the size of a bus.
Yeah.
But okay, but to break the ice like that is insane.
Well, she finds like patches that are a little less than the other patches.
That's what a lot of Arctic creatures do, though. Like, like the tusks of like giant like walruses are meant for breaking up the ice. So I guess it makes sense that the giant horn would be for the same sort of thing. Especially because if they can't break through, they die, bro. They're cooked. They're dust. They can't breathe.
Why don't they just move to like Florida? What are they doing there?
I don't know,
They
man.
choose to be there. Just swim. Just swim
Seriously.
somewhere warmer.
They're so fat and they have so much blubber that they would literally die of exhaustion and heat if they were in Florida.
Same.
Weird world of light and shadow. That dark shape in the distance, is it just another ice chunk
Please don't
or
be a
something
shark.
hungrier? Oh, you spot it. A massive dark shape gliding through the water. Your tiny heart nearly stops at the sight. An orca. 3 times bigger than your mom and basically the ocean's
not your
apex
mom joke.
predator. Even at just a few days old, you know that dark shape means death. Mom positions herself between you and the killer whale, her tusk pointed forward like a
Charge!
spear. It's brave, but also hopeless. An orca could easily tear a narwhal apart if it wanted to. But today, luck is on your side. The killer whale, probably having already eaten and not wanting to deal with an angry mom's tusk, slowly turns and disappears into the murky blue. You've just had your first close call, and learned an important lesson. What to do when you see an orca? Attack. Just kidding, you idiot. Stay behind your mom and pray it's not hungry. Just then, more narwhals appear from every direction. It's your pod returning from their hunting trip. Turns out, you're not just surviving with mom. You're part of a bigger family.
Whoa.
The water fills with clicks, whistles, and calls as they check if everybody's okay. Your pod's own secret language. The next 20 months are all about sticking close to your mom, drinking milk rich enough to make you balloon with blubber, and learning the survival rules of this frozen world.
Wait, what do actual like adult narwhals eat? Do they eat fish or do they eat like?
That's my guess.
It's got to be fish, right? Because there's no way that they eat like plants. There's no vegetation there.
They're whales, right? So don't they eat like the little tiny baby shrimp? Yeah, like the krill. What do
I don't
Well, they-
narwhals eat?
It just said that they came back from a hunting trip.
Narwhals are specialized carnivores that feed primarily on halibut, cod, squid, and shrimp.
Whoa.
Wow.
Okay, wait, so they're low-key like little killers. They look all cute and everything, but they are little demons.
They do not use their spears for hunting. The spears actually are giant canine teeth. So they come from their mouth, it goes through their upper lip, outside of their face, and it's only used for breaking up the ice so that they can breathe.
Whoa.
At least
How
that's
did
what
they
scientists say.
adapt that?
If they started using that as a weapon, they would take over the entire planet.
They start sword fighting.
Your days of being a milk-guzzling baby are over.
No!
20 months of Mum's premium Arctic cream have turned you into a proper blubbery youngster, ready
Let's
to start
go.
actual narwhal life.
Protein
But
powder.
here's the thing about narwhals. You aren't born with that legendary tusk. If you're female, you probably won't ever get one.
Oh.
Only a
Womp womp.
lucky few do. But being
Dang.
male, at least you have something to look
Boys,
forward
boys,
to in the
boys,
future.
boys, boys.
Right now, though, you've got bigger problems than wondering when your face sword will show up. First up, learning to dive deep. And not just deep. We're talking about plunging thousands of feet into pitch black water.
Nah, I'm
Oh, that's
good.
probably where they hunt.
Because that's where
Nope.
dinner lives.
Yeah.
The pod
Good.
is teaching you the art
What?
of deep diving.
Nah, I'm
But
chill.
your first attempts are pretty embarrassing. While the adults disappear into the abyss for 25 minutes at a time, hunting for halibut and cod in the depths, you're barely managing 5 minutes before rushing back up for air. Speaking of air, remember how Mom used to break breathing holes for you with her tusk? Well, now you're on your own.
What?
Tuskless and trying to figure out where the next air hole might be. You have to learn to find those rare gaps in the ice sheet, or it's game over. But nature didn't leave you completely helpless. You're developing something special, the ability to see in absolute darkness. One day, as you're swimming through the black water, you sense something moving nearby. Not with your eyes,
LeBron
you can
James?
barely see your own fins, but somehow you just know it's there. A tasty squid, floating just out of reach. Your first attempts
Cheeseburger.
at catching it are about as graceful as a drunk penguin, but eventually, you figure out how to use the sixth sense to track your prey, and after a few attempts, you finally catch it.
Doesn't this kind of sound like a horror
tasty.
game? Like all you see is figures and shadows, and then you just like you're so hungry that you have to go towards it. But that could have been an orca whale, and they could have died like that.
And this entire time, you can't breathe. I'll never get over the fact that like mammals live in the water.
It can only hold its breath for like 5 minutes. I'm pretty sure like the top people in the whole world can hold their breath for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes.
Well, that's if they don't move either. Like if they're moving and swimming, they cannot hold their breath that long.
They
I don't
can't?
think, at least.
I thought I watched a whole YouTube video about like a society that like goes and spear fishes in the water that like can hold their breath for a long time. But I'm just saying that's longer than like this tiny little narwhal. It's crazy.
Yeah, this is a nightmare.
They're called sea nomads, and they spend up to 60% of their day submerged underwater to hunt and gather sea life. They possess genetic adaptations such as larger spleens, allowing them to hold their breath for over 10 minutes while hunting.
Wow.
You're getting better at this hunting in darkness thing. After about a year of practice, something starts happening. A tiny bump appears on your upper lip, smooth and shiny.
That happened to
The
me.
older narwhals swimming
gotta
past you
hurt.
give you knowing looks.
It's like your wisdom
tusk is
teeth going
finally
in.
starting to grow, and even though it's barely longer
That's like
than
growing
your
in your
flipper right
adult
now,
teeth.
you're already practicing your best unicorn pose.
That's what I just said.
One day, while hunting in the depths alone, feeling pretty confident with your baby tusk, you spot a Greenland shark. It's young like you.
Dude,
About
I
your-
just saw a fact about Greenland sharks that like they can technically live almost forever. That like they found somewhere, I think it was near Greenland actually. They found a Greenland shark that lived from, I think it was born in the 1600s and it's still alive today.
Wow.
Whoa.
I know. They can live for hundreds and hundreds of years.
They're probably so bored. What do you do for that long? They don't even have YouTube. Like they're just swimming in they're swimming in the dark for hundreds of years. They gotta be tired of it.
Yeah, and since they're sharks, they literally cannot stop swimming.
Hey, good for him.
Well, I think he's about to die.
about your size. Probably also on its first solo hunting trips. Your heart races, but something else kicks in too. A desperate need to prove yourself. The shark circles closer, sizing you up. You point your small tusk forward, trying to look intimidating.
Let's go.
Though, you
Let's
probably
go.
look more like a kid wielding a plastic sword. The shark lunges. You dodge and swing your
Shoop.
tusk, managing to scratch its side.
Gotta be quicker than that,
it
buddy.
comes back for another pass, this time grazing your fin. The water fills with both your blood as you spin and dance in this dangerous underwater ballet.
Come on.
Just when you're both exhausted, a deep, powerful clicking sound echoes through the water. An adult narwhal, one of your mom's friends, emerges from the darkness. The shark decides that this party's getting too crowded and disappears into the deep. Look how I fought it off, you brag, trying to hide how much your fins are shaking. Your mom's friends gives you a gentle nudge, the narwhal equivalent of a pat on the back. Or her message is clear. Nice spirit, kid, but maybe wait until that tusk is full grown before picking fights. The next 5 years pass in
so
a
they use
blur
the
of
tusk for
hunting,
self-defense.
growing, and learning.
Seems like it.
Your once tiny tusk now stretches an impressive 8 feet forward, and your body
Dang!
has bumped up to match. These days, you're
8
cruising the
feet?
Arctic waters with your own pod. 15 to 20 other narwhals, including some males sporting tusks just as impressive as yours. Together, you've carved out your own territory in these icy waters. Most predators don't dare to come near a group of narwhals with spears on their faces.
They don't want the smoke.
Speaking of predators, there's one that still gives you nightmares. Orcas. Just last month, one of your pod members went up for a quick breath of air. That's when it happened. An orca appeared out of nowhere, and before anyone could even react, crack! Your friend's mighty tusk broke like a twig. Your pod noticed his broken tusk sinking to the seafloor and rushed to help. But by the time you got to the surface, all you found was dark red water.
That's sad.
It is pretty sweet though that like the narwhals seem to care about each other and like they'll go help each other and protect each other.
Yeah,
It's like a family.
I mean, just like killer whales, though. Killer whales, they also hunt in pods. So
Yeah.
killer whales, I feel like I've never heard of anything that's able to actually like successfully defend against a pod of killer whales. Like they're just the best.
The orca was gone, and so was your friend. Just another snack for the ocean's apex predator. That day changed everything. Now your pod stays tight, moving like one body through the water.
Everything
A
changed.
few
when the
months
orca
in, and spring
attacked.
arrives. The water temperature starts creeping up from its usual freezing state to a balmy, basically a tropical vacation for narwhals. Different currents, and suddenly everyone's getting
Hot
restless.
tub.
It's time for the
It's
annual
mating
journey
season.
to the breeding grounds, where male and
I
female
knew it.
pods gather for their first brief mating season. Now, these aren't just any random spots in the ocean. Narwhals have been meeting here for thousands of years.
Okay, guys. So like a lot of creatures, right? Like they have different ways to like show off as the guys, you know? Like birds will do like the fun little bird dance and stuff like that. What do you guys think narwhals do to attract the females?
You know, I mean, it's gotta be by the size of their horns. Let's be real.
You're saying
I
size
mean, that-
matters?
Size definitely matters. I mean, if I have 7 feet and some dude comes and he's got like 11-foot tusk, I can't compete. I'm swimming away.
Adam,
7-Eleven.
if you were a narwhal,
Oh my gosh, I'd be king of the sea.
would you mate with a female narwhal that also has a horn, or would you want a narwhal that doesn't have a horn?
Or would you go for a killer whale?
I'd go for the female with the horn because I would want to make powerful offspring.
Okay.
But what if you accidentally, you know, what if it's an accident? What if you?
I'm not really sure what you're talking about.
I'm just saying, like, how do you know? You know?
What do you mean? I don't. I
Like, how do
know.
you
I know.
If it has a horn, like, how do you know? Because like the guys have the horns, and if the girl also has a horn,
The pheromones. The pheromones.
you're able to sniff out the pheromones underwater.
Yes.
Okay. So when she toots, you get in there, you snoot.
Yes.
I got it. I'm starting to pick up on what you're putting down.
There's probably a lot of accidents that happen though in narwhal society. I could.
Why
say
are we talking about
there's
this?
probably
That's what I'm
confusions
saying.
going
I'm
on.
pressing
It's
play.
like,
I'm pressing
Maybe
play.
they don't want us talking about it. You know, it's
What?
embarrassing.
They don't care. They don't. What are you? They don't.
They're probably so embarrassed when that happens.
Baffin Bay, where the ice starts breaking up first in the spring. Think of it as the ocean's biggest speed dating event. Hundreds of narwhals who've been living in separate boys' and girls' pods all year suddenly meeting
Timmy,
up
is
in
that you?
one
Oh
My
my!
bad.
This is like spring
bunch
break.
of nervous unicorns with
Timmy, I thought you were
9-foot-long
Sally.
ice picks trying to flirt to find their perfect match. Your pod starts the journey.
So, where did
and
you go to
can already
college?
Feel the excitement building. You see other male
North
pods
Pole.
are heading the same way. Everyone practicing their tusk moves like teenagers getting ready for prom.
Oh, it is with the
You
tusks.
catch yourself spinning your tusk around
They're
more than
spinning.
usual, hoping you've got what it takes to impress the ladies.
Look
After
how
all,
big my
you spent
tusk
2 years
is.
growing this 9-foot beauty. Time to see if it was worth all the trouble.
You want a peach in his tusk,
As you
honey?
get closer to the breeding grounds, the water fills with more narwhals than you've ever seen. Females start appearing in the distance, and suddenly every male around you is trying way too hard to look cool. You included. Your smooth spin moves turns into an
Come
awkward
on now.
twirl, and you almost poke another male in the
Oh.
side. Great first impression. Suddenly,
pretty embarrassing.
you spot her, a female narwhal gliding through the water with the grace of an underwater ballet dancer. In your rush to show off your magnificent tusk, you manage to tangle it with another male's who had the same idea.
Oh, they gotta fight it off.
Underwater
wait, oh,
talent show
man.
gone wrong. Males diving deep, showing off their tusks.
Look
trying
at how
to
long
look
I can hold
impressive.
my breath.
You attempt your own special move.
Imagine you're just like a girl narwhal and you're watching like two dudes just like twirling around, and then one of them just like goes down really, really deep, and you're waiting like, oh, 20 minutes went by. Oh, it's 40 minutes went by. 3 hours went by, and he just never comes back up.
It's probably happened.
That's definitely happened.
Poor Timmy, gone too soon.
A perfect spiral swim you've been practicing for months. It's going great until, oh wait, is she even watching?
No!
Nope. She's too busy admiring some hot shot with a slightly longer
She definitely went to the University of Miami.
And label yourself as the most awkward narwhal in the Arctic. Something
So
unexpected
embarrassing.
happens. Another female notices your failed attempts at being
Hey,
cool
girl.
and actually
Hey.
seems amused.
Hey,
There's
girl.
someone out there for
Turns out
everyone.
some
Hey,
ladies
She's a whore
prefer
just like
guy
me.
Who can make them laugh.
There's
even if
always
it's
more
by
fish out there in
accident.
the sea.
Your spring romance lasts
Hey,
just a
yo!
few days.
They're sword
You hang
fighting.
out, show off your moves, mate, and that's it. Back to living separate lives. That's just how narwhals
Bye.
roll. No
That was a
family
business
business.
transaction.
Daddy-daughter days
See you
here.
later.
Here's a fun fact about
Bye-bye.
narwhal family life. It basically doesn't exist. Males and females only meet during spring breeding season, spend a few days together, then go their separate ways.
What happens during spring season stays in spring season.
What?
The females raise any babies on their own in their all-girl pods. You just go back to hanging out with their bachelor pods, probably bragging about their
Alec wants to be a
breeding season
narwhal so
adventures.
bad.
This is how life goes on in narwhal's world. Nowadays, the Arctic is changing. The ice patterns aren't what they used to be, and the waters feel different each year. But narwhals have survived here for millions of years, and as long as there's deep water, fish to hunt, and ice to break through, you'll keep living your best unicorn whale life. After all, being one of the ocean's biggest mysteries has its perks. Humans still can't figure you out, and honestly, that's just how you like it.
Being a narwhal definitely has some of the most bizarre problems that you'll ever encounter. But one animal that I just can't wrap my head around how it would suck to be this is a snake. Because I feel like snakes just eat everything all the time. Specifically, giant anacondas. But apparently it does suck to be one. Let's find out why.
The comfort of your mother's body, born live into the dense,
Ew!
humid air of the Amazon. Your mom leaves you the moment she pushes you out, not seeing the difference between giving birth and pooping. You and your siblings scatter in all directions, and the jungle doesn't care that you're new here. He was a great sibling anyway. At the moment, you're only a couple of feet long, and honestly, kinda cute.
Wait, that's crazy! Like literally the second you're born, you're being eaten by other animals, and your mom just leaves you?
I have a few questions.
I
First
thought
off,
snakes laid eggs!
where is the dad? Second off, yeah, don't snakes lay eggs? Thirdly, I think this might be a salamander because it has arms.
No, you're looking way too much into it. But imagine being born and the first thing you see is your brother being eaten by a crocodile.
Adam, I'm so sorry.
That was the third Beck, bro.
And even large birds would find a meal like you irresistible, but you know how to disappear. In
Oh
the
my
river, you
gosh.
blend in
They
with
can
the
blend into the
currents,
forest.
slipping unnoticed beneath the surface. It feels almost fun, but playing in the water makes you hungry. So it's time to get serious. Your senses, though still developing, are already sharp enough to pick up movement in the water. You notice a small fish darting by, a perfect target. You freeze, letting the current carry you, getting closer and closer. Your jaws clamp down with shocking speed, and your first...
Oh, go ahead! That was easy!
Wow, 1 for 1.
Victory, but a victory nonetheless. The first of many. You want to grow fast. Out here, survival is all about getting big, strong, and sneaky.
Oh my
Speaking of
god, it is
sneaky,
ruthless
have you
out
noticed your
there.
skin yet? Look at that. A beautifully patterned mix of green and brown. Nature's perfect camouflage.
Does the skin stretch like how big the snake gets? Can an anaconda get to like 15 feet?
Yeah, I think like up to 40 feet.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure the biggest anacondas, the green anaconda, can get up to like 40 feet.
That sounds insane, but I'm pretty sure that snakes shed their skin, but I was also pretty sure that snakes laid eggs, so now I'm questioning everything that I know about snakes.
So they just have to eat all the time.
Pretty much, yeah. Just like any baby, all they do is eat, sleep, poop, repeat. That is the baby cycle.
Well, the problem with this is these babies have to hunt from the second that they are born, and they don't get any instructions. They just have to go based off of their instincts.
Well, yeah, they're ambush predators, so they just wait in the water until something comes by, and then they go, "Whap!" and then they snatch it, and then they eat it.
Oh,
They're like a
wow.
Fortnite bush camper.
That's a crocodile.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a crocodile is also an ambush predator.
What a boring life that would be. They just sit there and wait.
That's what you
That's
do.
all they ever do.
Alec, you wait by the refrigerator for Adam to get home home from Costco, and then you just attack him.
And he's like, chicken bacon and double choke Johnny Cook.
But why are you exposing me? I don't even.
And then he
I didn't
eats
do
both,
anything.
and then he does a quadruple boom in the toilet.
Boom! Boom!
We are getting way off topic here.
Alec might be an anaconda in disguise.
So you're slinking through the murky water or blending into the dense underbrush, no one can see you coming. You're practically invisible.
The jungle's scary.
That's your first real advantage in this wild place. It's not much now, but it'll come in handy once you're ready to hunt something a little
He's like John Cena.
challenging.
That's true.
For now, though, you stick to
I
the
love how they have
basics.
arms.
You spend your days slithering through the rivers and swamps, mostly keeping to the water where you feel safe. Your eyes and nostrils stay just above the surface as you gently slide
It's so
through,
weird to see
waiting
the
for
whole
an
body.
unsuspecting
This is
threat
like the game
before
Eat to
you're
Grow.
too close. As you rest just below the surface, you spot a tasty target, a small rodent, foolish enough to venture right up to the water's edge. You wait, patiently, and then
Got him!
you strike with lightning speed.
Chubby. He's like staring into his soul as he's choking him out.
That is a funny visual.
Gotcha.
Wait, so they'll wrap up their victim before eating it?
Yes,
Ba-
Adam.
know.
Do you know nothing about snakes?
I thought
Are
it
you
just eats it
serious?
whole.
Adam, put the fries
It
in the
has
bag.
to kill it first. It like chokes it. It squeezes it in. No, it squeezes it to death, and then it eats it.
Some snakes do kill their prey with venom, but anacondas don't really have venom, so their coil attack is what kills the animal, and then they eat it whole.
Oh, so they just like give it a nice big hug.
Snake.
The tightest hug to ever be hugged.
Typically, the snakes that are that big, like boas, pythons, anacondas, they're all constrictor snakes. So they constrict you to crack every single bone in your body. They squeeze your airways until you die, and then they eat you. But the smaller snakes are normally the venomous ones, like a rattlesnake, even though they're still kind of big.
In the rainforest, Adam.
In the Amazon.
Okay, God. South
In, like-
Africa and some Caribbean
You're
islands.
safe. Yeah, just stay north of the meridian line, and you're good.
That could have got bad.
It's over. Dinner's served. Not bad. You've entered the juvenile phase of your life, and things are
Happy
starting to get
birthday!
interesting.
That's kind of sad. Nobody says birthday.
Faster and stronger. And your prey? Well, you've moved up in the world. Small frogs and fish just don't cut it anymore.
No, not the
No.
baby monkey.
Turtles.
Substantial. Like
Not a guinea pig.
capybaras. Yeah, the world's largest rodents on your menu now.
Oh,
Hey,
Dodge
hey!
it.
Oh, he dodged that one.
Close. But don't get cocky just yet. You're still not the biggest predator out here. There are jaguars, caimans, and other anacondas that would love to make a meal out of you if they get the chance. You gotta stay sharp and use your camouflage to your advantage.
he just said bigger anaconda, so that means that they eat each other. They're cannibals.
Exactly, yes, they are technically cannibals.
Animals are ruthless.
How do you eat another snake as a snake? It would just like fill up your entire body perfectly, you know? Like, what does that feel like inside of you?
Have you ever played the game Slither.io?
Yeah.
It's like that game.
Exactly.
Thanks, Adam.
That game was actually based on snakes.
It would be like if I ate you and then like your arms went into my arms and your legs went into my. It was like wearing a bodysuit, but from the inside. That
I
would
don't really
be
want
like-
to think about.
I can almost quote Jeffrey Dahmer saying something like that.
Gotta stay sharp and use your camouflage to your advantage. Oh wait, it's a caiman basking on the riverbank. It's not huge, probably a juvenile like you, but it's still a risky move. You think about it for a moment, weighing your options. Should you go for it? Could
Don't
be
go
your
for
first
it.
big test as a hunter. Why not?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
That's
no.
way too big.
Nah, he could do
Sliding
this.
gently
It's
toward
fine.
the caiman with the grace of a shadow.
There's no
The
way.
muscles coiled, ready to strike, and
Oh!
it wasn't as tough as I thought.
Oh!
That's your first taste of success as a true predator, but let's not get ahead of ourselves.
That was impressive.
Wait, they can eat alligators whole?
Yeah, you've never seen those videos?
I saw one video and the python or whatever was literally exploded because it was too big and it like stretched its insides out too much that the python literally exploded while eating it. That's the only one I saw.
There are
Wait,
days a win.
never mind.
There are days when your prey outsmarts you. Like that one time you tried to take down a capybara but ended up being dragged halfway across the river.
Wait, what?
Wow.
Yeah, that wasn't.
Wait, there actually are like some stupid animals, not that capybaras are stupid, but that are able to like take on snakes, like a honey badger, for example. I'm pretty sure honey badgers just destroy snakes, and it's funny because they're so tiny.
And they're so fast too. Like usually you think of a snake being the fastest thing, but there's like, yeah, like a honey badger is faster than a snake. It's crazy. Or like a mongoose, they're literally faster than snakes.
Yeah,
I would
it's
feel
so.
like most stuff are faster than snakes. They don't have any legs.
Dude, but imagine like a coiled up viper just like, bah!
Like its reaction speed is faster, like can dodge it.
Yeah, that wasn't your finest moment. But don't worry, no one saw that. The good news is you're still growing, and with every meal you get a little bigger, a little stronger, and a little wiser.
Just
By the
like
time
me.
you're fully into your juvenile phase, the jungle doesn't feel quite as intimidating anymore. Sure, there are still big predators out there, but you're climbing the food chain, and fast. As the months roll by,
He's
you
got
become
all the
more and more
confidence.
comfortable in your environment. You've perfected the art of hiding in plain
You
sight.
might become the apex
waiting
predator.
for hours, maybe days, or weeks. Oh, finally. A group of capybaras grazing at the water's
Oh, not
edge.
these again.
get some
Are they
Starbucks.
naked?
Surface, your
Hi,
eyes barely
fellas.
visible as
It
you
looks like
All
Peppa
animals are
Pig.
naked.
your muscles tense. And
Yeah,
then-
Alec, L take.
What? Where did this jerk pop up?
It looks like Peppa
Oh.
Pig.
Think he'd mind if
Got
you asked
your
for
best
just a small
friend.
bite to curb your hunger?
Oh, we got him.
Maybe that's
No, that's not him.
Species.
Let's
Oh.
get out of here. You continue to refine your skills, learning more about your environment.
I wonder
and
how
your
long they
place
can
in
go
it.
without eating.
You've mastered the art of stealth, using your
Weeks.
patterned skin to blend seamlessly into the jungle around you. You've developed a keen
He is
sense
John
of
Cena.
smell, allowing you to track prey even through the thickest underbrush. And your body, pure muscle. At this point, you're no longer just a juvenile anaconda. You're approaching adulthood. You've reached a size
He's
that
got a
commands respect,
mustache.
He's wise
or
now,
at
he's got a
least some
mustache.
healthy fear from most of the creatures in this territory. At over 15 feet long and still growing,
Wow.
you're a true force to be reckoned with. No more
15 feet and
small-time
not fully
snacks for
grown.
You've graduated to bigger prey. And by bigger, we're talking deer, wild pigs,
Oh
and even
my
the occasional
gosh.
caiman that dares to cross your path.
A whole wild pig and a whole deer? Are you kidding? That is
Yes.
insane.
I'm pretty sure they can also, if they're really feeling up for it, they can eat an entire hippopotamus.
No,
if
stop.
they
Well, not
want
yet.
to.
Not yet. He's only 15 feet right
No,
now.
hippos are like over 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, that anaconda can eat that and gain 1,000 pounds, and then it doesn't have to eat for like 6 months.
Dude, one entire deer would feed a family of humans for like at least a week. And you're telling me that this thing just eats it in one bite?
It does, yes. But the problem is when it does eat something like that, it is super vulnerable. Like it's incapacitated, and other creatures can then just go and get like a free meal if they attack the anaconda that killed like the deer or the capybara.
Yeah, literally can't move. It's in a food coma.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's when I'm at my most vulnerable, too.
I wonder if the anacondas know that, and so the only time that they'll eat a meal that big is when they're super desperate.
Probably.
Or when they're cocky.
And you need a place to call your own. It's time to search for a territory, a safe space where you can hunt, rest, and hunt.
How
You
did he
slither
get
through the
a
dense
Barrett?
jungle, exploring every corner, crossing rivers, climbing over fallen logs, and navigating the thick underbrush. You need to find a secluded area, somewhere near water, with plenty of prey but far from other predators. After days of searching, you find the perfect spot, a quiet stretch of river hidden beneath a canopy of trees. The perfect territory. You mark the area with your scent, claiming it as your own. This is where you'll live.
Can they pee? Is that their scent? Or they just rub up against
No,
the
they
tree?
never pee or poop ever, Adam.
I'm pretty sure they pee and poop at the same time, similar to birds.
Did you know that, Alec? These are the questions that need to be asked.
It's true. Also, another fun fact about anacondas is the males during mating season, they form mating balls where the males group up together and they just form one big ball of snakes and they just fight each other, and whoever comes out of the ball sack wins the battle and then gets to mate with the female.
With his balls.
That's interesting. Snakes don't have balls.
Internal.
How do they mate? Do they just like hug really tight?
Do not look that up.
About the next chapter of your life. And speaking of the next chapter, it's time for something new. Mating. It's not just
Oh,
about
here we
survival
go.
anymore. Now it's about passing on your genes. As mating season arrives, you begin to pick up the scent of a potential mate nearby. You follow the
Hey,
trails,
yo.
slithering
Are they
about to get in their
through
ball?
thick jungle and dense
Go
swamp till
ahead.
you find
I hope
another
so.
Go
anaconda.
ahead,
Go!
kid.
That's a cutie
Hey.
patootie!
Beauty.
Is it a Rizzler?
The courtship begins.
Nice.
It's a slow, winding
Oh,
dance
go ahead.
Whoa, whoa!
It looks like Medusa.
Strut, yo,
mesmerizing
strut,
spiral
kid.
until finally the deed is done. The female will carry out your legacy.
Go
High
ahead.
five.
That's
And
it.
he
Several
just
months
leaves.
later, as a female, you
Not
find
even a kiss
secluded area
goodbye.
to give birth. You don't lay eggs
Oh.
like many other snakes. Instead, you give birth to live young. Between 20 to 40
What?
baby anacondas will enter the world.
Oh
much
my
like you did
gosh.
years
That's
ago.
a lot of babies.
But
That's how
your
many
job's
chicken
done.
nuggets I get from McDonald's.
You leave never to see the offspring, knowing that most of them won't survive
Oh.
their first year.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly, there's no
Parenting
real
at its
difference
That's
finest.
between birth
crazy.
and pooping for an anaconda. In both cases, you're just pushing something out and leaving it behind. Anyway, let's get back to some fun now. As
That's
you grow
pretty
older
crazy.
and bigger, your body starts to feel the wear and tear of years spent
Aw,
hunting and
he's so
surviving.
wise
old.
old
You're still
anaconda.
strong, there's no doubt about that, but you're not as fast as you once were. The youthful energy that once fueled your every hunt is starting to fade, and you find yourself needing to be a little more strategic with your moves. As you lie submerged in the cool waters of a river, you sense something
That is the
moving
life.
nearby.
If I was an old man snake, I think I would just literally do that like a lazy river and just open my mouth as big as possible, and whatever goes in, that's my dinner.
You're like a bloop. You're like
That's a
mini
dangerous
bloop.
game.
You'll catch Adam standing at the end of that.
Bara, casually grazing at the water's edge. Normally, you wouldn't bother with something as small as a capybara anymore, but today you're feeling a little nostalgic.
Food is food.
After all, it's been a while since you last took one down, and there's something satisfying about going back to where it all started. You wait, watching, your body completely still beneath the water's surface. The capybara inches closer, oblivious to the danger lurking just beneath its feet.
GG's.
And then, in a flash, you strike.
Yeet!
Your coils
Hello.
wrap around the
Gotcha.
capybara in an instant, and within
So how's your
moments,
day
it's
going?
over.
And
You've
done.
still got- But as you swallow your meal, you can't help but notice that it's not quite as satisfying as it used to be. Sure, the thrill of the hunt is still there, but something's changed.
Is that how you feel, Alec, after you eat a whole pizza pie for the 45th time?
It is amazing every single time. I always got regret, but it's the same regret every single time.
You're not like, wow, this really doesn't hit the same as it used to back when I was in my early 20s.
Nope, it always hits the same. Except I do miss my old pizza spot. I would love to get pizza from there again.
Did they ban you?
No, we
You
just
try to
moved
hit on the
away.
manager?
After Alec moved away, I'm pretty sure they went out of business.
Would make sense.
You've grown, not just physically, but mentally. One day, as you stalk a young deer near the water's edge, you sense that something's different. Your muscles coil, ready to strike, but just as you lunge, something goes wrong. The deer senses you at the last second and bolts.
No.
You try to chase,
He's
but
too
your
slow.
body doesn't move as quickly.
Oh, wait, this is
Oh,
kind of
he's
this
getting
getting sad
old.
now.
The deer escapes.
Okay, you don't gotta
First
do them like
failed
that.
hunt in a long time, but something feels different this time. You feel the
Wait.
exhaustion deep in your muscles.
Is he
the
pregnant?
weight of the years finally catching up.
No,
with
he's
you.
getting old.
You
Oh.
slither back to the water, but you know that it won't get easier. For
Actually, I never really thought about this, but do most old animals that are like solo predators, do they die of old age or do they like starve to death because they can't get food anymore when they're that old?
I think it's kind of a mix of both.
Yeah, they probably starve.
In reality, most anacondas don't die in battle. They simply grow too slow and too tired. Eventually, the jungle takes them back.
America. Other newborns pile on top of you as your mom gives birth to 3 more. Around
Look
you,
at us,
the
guys.
rest of the females are doing the exact same
Oh,
thing.
God.
Species
Getting
evolved to
born.
give birth all at once.
Ah.
You crawl out from beneath the bodies with your legs already
Yay.
strong enough to hold you. Nearby, one of your siblings is already getting fed, so you push into the nearest female capybara, hoping for milk. But she turns sharply and knocks
Mama.
you aside into the mud. You pick
Oh,
yourself
not
up,
mama.
and this time, find your real mother. She stands quietly as you approach, letting
Doesn't that happen with like a lot of animals? Don't like animals kind of like give birth together, or at least like some of them, and then like the moms will have to like kick the other ones away that aren't their actual children? I feel like it happens with penguins, right?
I don't know, but I've done that before.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah, one time when I was 10 years old, I was out with my family.
10?
I was out with my family at a restaurant, went to the bathroom, came back, and I forgot where we were sitting, and there was a lady who looked like my mom. And I went up and like, you know, I just like walked up to the table and like was like, "Hi, Mom." Oh wait, you're not my mom. and then I left. It went to my actual table.
You almost got adopted, Alex.
I did try to get some milk from her. It didn't work. She said no.
fill your stomach. Then suddenly, the adults start moving. They head quickly toward the pond, so you follow. You try to stay close, but your legs are too short and you can't keep up. You slip into a soft patch of mud, with your front legs sinking down until you can't move. Your mother notices and comes back. She lowers her head under your chest, lifting you free from the mud. She carries
Thanks,
you
Mom.
down to the pond's edge and sets you gently into the shallow water.
What about
As you float
crocodiles?
there, something large rises beneath
There you go.
The crocodile slowly breaks the
no!
surface.
You're
You stop
dead.
moving, but your mother doesn't react. She just watches. The
Yeah, what is she
crocodile
gonna
doesn't
do?
attack. Instead,
This is like a
it sits
sacrifice.
silently for a moment, then goes under you and lifts your body while you
Oh my
sit on its
gosh.
head.
No
It
way,
swims
that's real.
forward onto the dirt and you jump off. Then it goes back and disappears into the water.
Thanks, Mr. Crocodile.
Wait, that's
No, in the
not
actual
real, right? There's
wild.
no way.
No, in the wild, that thing's dead, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the baby capybara is now dreaming in the afterlife.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Also, what happened to the dad?
The dads say,
the
"Hey,
dad go
honey,
get milk too?"
I gotta go get milk."
Everyone's
And then
getting milk in this.
They never get milk.
Everyone's getting milk.
Water. Crocodiles aren't always dangerous. Sometimes they're just passing through, and you're lucky enough to catch a ride. But you don't want to be there when one decides it's hungry. You're 3 weeks old now,
Oh.
and most of your day is spent floating. A white bird lands on your back. It moves slowly, pecking at your fur. It's not here to hurt you. It's eating ticks and flies. These birds follow
Thank you.
capybaras for food, and your kind lets them stay. 2 other young capybaras swim over. They're the same age as you. One bumps into your side, then kicks off and spins around. He's trying to start a game, so you chase after him. You lunge forward, kicking hard with your front legs.
Someone's
then
gonna
twist
die.
away before they can hit you. You take turns pushing and shoving, testing how fast and how strong each of you is. The bird lifts off.
What I'm learning is that being a baby capybara is no different from being a little baby human. You know, they're just playing around with different things in their environment. You know, they're playing like tag and whatnot, and they're swimming around, and they're having a blast.
Did you also have someone come pick ticks and little bugs off you and eat them?
Yeah, it was my grandmom. And,
Yeah.
well, she wouldn't eat them. That was my grandpa.
You ride on alligator heads?
Sometimes in my dreams.
Honestly, it seems pretty fun to be a capybara so far.
Yeah, I'm
And
not
supposedly
getting
it
the part
sucks,
where
but
it
like it
sucks.
seems
Survive.
cool. Yeah, it seems cool so far. You get mommy's milk, you get to play in the pool, you get to ride on crocodiles, you get to play with your buddies. When is the
you get-
death and despair
Bird
going
lifts
to happen?
Often flies away as the game gets louder. This
Bye,
kind of play has
Melvin.
a purpose. It teaches you the basics of how to move and dodge in case any predators attack. But then
Hey,
something
yo.
else moves in the water.
What?
An otter bursts from the water and clamps down on your friend's leg. It shakes
Hey.
violently,
What?
dragging
What the-
him sideways. Otters are predators, but they're
What?
also territorial. Your
No
friend
way.
pushes
So
hard, and
cute.
the otter lets go for a second, then snaps again and
What?
bites higher up near the ribs. Then, when it finally had enough, it lets go and disappears. You stay still, holding your breath, because moving now would only make things worse. Your friend limps out of the water, leaving a trail in the mud. You follow behind him quietly. The bird comes back, lands beside him, and starts picking at the blood on his fur. Tomorrow, you'll follow the group uphill to find new grass. But for now, you just lie there watching and hoping the otter doesn't come back. Skip forward a bit, and you're 2 months old now. The pond is
Yes.
smaller now. Its edges are cracked, and the grass around it is non-existent. Most of the good plants are gone, except for one patch up the hill past the muddy slope. You spot it early and start walking. The slope is slippery, but you climb anyway. Then, a larger juvenile blocks the top.
Uh-oh.
He turns
Hey!
toward you, lowers his head, and takes a step
big
forward.
bro.
He doesn't want to share, but you don't stop. You shove into his chest and keep moving. He pushes back, holding a spot.
Here we
You're
go.
not small anymore. You press harder with your back legs, digging into the mud. His foot slips, and he stumbles sideways, just enough to let you pass.
got
you reach
him.
the patch alone. The grass
What
is
up?
fresh, so you
Ankles.
graze for a while, and then look back down the hill. You chirp once. The others hear it. Within minutes, a line of capybaras is climbing toward you. As they arrive, the juvenile you pushed tries to squeeze into your spot. You turn toward him and plant your feet.
Guy's a
He
jerk.
pauses. Then he moves to the side and eats
Back up,
somewhere else.
buddy.
After you've eaten
Sigma.
your fill, you squat and
That's
poop.
Sigma energy.
Then you
What?
turn, lower your head, and eat it. You've seen the adults eat this before. You didn't
Whoa!
Wait, they didn't slip that
Whoa!
What?
What did he say?
All I'm gonna
Yo,
say is
poop
don't knock
scoop.
until you try it.
Adam,
Jack is saying these are like humans.
Adam, I used to think that your spirit animal was the proboscis monkey. Here's an image of that. But now I think it could be the capybara.
Let's go.
I thought maybe they would, like a pig does, like roll around in it or something. I did not expect it to eat its
No.
turd like a dog. I
They
feel like
just-
dogs
Very
do that a
efficient.
lot too.
They one-upped the
There's a-
pig.
it's
Wait,
a
what kind of
infinite
dogs
food
have you
glitch.
had that eat their poop? I've had many
infinite
dogs in my
food
life.
glitch.
None of them eat their poop.
Some dogs like to like sniff and
I
take
mean,
a little,
sniff?
take a little lick.
And a lick.
Just a little.
And a little bite.
I'm not saying I allow it. Obviously, I'm like bad dog, bad dog, bad dog.
I might have
Yeah,
to
the first
start
time was
role-playing.
fine.
know
Let's
why
continue.
until now. Your gut isn't fully developed yet. It needs the bacteria you just passed. That's how your stomach learns to
Oh.
break
Oh,
down the tough
strategic.
stems and roots you'll rely on as you
Interesting.
grow. That evening, your
It's an
group
infinite
settles
food
on the
glitch.
hill. You lie down beside 2 others. The juvenile you challenged stays nearby, but doesn't come close. You don't know if he'll try again
Yeah, that's
tomorrow,
right.
but if he
Square
does,
up, buddy.
you'll be ready. You're 6 months old now, walking along the edge of the pond, searching for new shoots poking out of
croc
the
is gonna
dirt.
get 'em.
Most of the grass near the water is gone, so you wander farther than usual. A patch of dry leaves looks soft enough to stand on, so you step forward. But as soon
It's
as
a
you
trap.
do, the ground starts moving. Tiny red bodies pour out from underneath.
Oh,
you freeze for
GGs.
half a second. Then the
Ants.
biting starts. They cover
Fire
your
ants.
legs, your belly, and your neck. You squeal
Where's that bird?
and jump, shaking your limbs trying to
Melvin!
kick them off. But it doesn't
Melvin, come
work.
back!
Their jaws clamp down and don't let go. You bolt straight into the
Oh.
water, dragging the swarm
That's
with
smart.
you. You dunk your entire body under, blowing
Yeah.
bubbles
Until
through
the
your
croc
nose.
comes.
You come up once for air,
Where's the otter?
then dive again, rubbing your head against the mud at the bottom. It helps, but it's not enough. The ants are still clinging to the softer parts of your skin.
Can they
You
just
stay in the
hold their
water until
breath?
your body stops twitching, and that's when the ants finally let go. When you crawl back out, you see movement across the pond. A
What is
coatai
that?
is digging at the same pile of leaves. Its snout pushes into the mound and pulls out a chunk of soil
Oh.
covered in ants and eggs.
I think
Oh,
it
it's
eats
gonna
them.
eat
them
them.
quickly, flicking its
Yeah.
tongue and chewing fast. You stare from the bank.
Oh, it's
still
just immune
dripping.
to that?
The coati
It's
doesn't
anteater.
care
Yep.
that you just got swarmed. It just wants breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
Fire ants don't belong here, but they're everywhere now.
coati.
Capybaras like you don't fight them. You just run to the water and hope it's deep enough. Skip forward a bit, and you're 1 year old now. Bigger, heavier,
Hey.
and no longer treated like a baby.
Guys, I'm still not seeing where it sucks to be a capybara. I mean, there's definitely some downsides, don't get me wrong, but like, it's not that bad.
I mean,
right?
you do have to eat poop. Like, that's a requirement. And for most people, like myself, I'm kind of against poop eating.
I'm fully not out of it though. I get where
I
Jack's
am
coming from.
Just
I'm
saying,
a little bit
like,
out.
you haven't tried it, right? Like, our poop is one thing, and I'm not saying I'm eating poop out here, guys. I'm not a poop eater like little Timmy. However, I will say, like, have you ever tried capybara turd?
No.
No, I haven't. You raised a
I'm
good
just saying,
point.
man. Like, I'm not saying it's good, but it's probably, maybe it just tastes like dirt. Maybe
Where-
it's not even that bad.
Where are capybaras from, by the way? Like, where are they? Cappy
Papua New Guinea?
location.
I saw one at the zoo.
Definitely
The
South
zoo.
America,
The
I
zoo.
know
Final
that.
answer. The zoo.
It just says parts of South America. So, like, do they not have lions there? No, I know they don't. But I'm saying, like, what is the predator down there? Because
The crocodiles.
Yeah, but the capybara, so far, it seems like it's not very defensive. Like, it doesn't have, it's not a porcupine. It doesn't have giant teeth. It can't really defend itself. There's no predators down there. One simple predator, like if you put wolves or you put lions or you put anything that's capable, capybaras they're dead, bro. They're easy lunch.
You
They are
watch your
basically
mouth.
like giant baked potatoes with a little
That's
bit of
what I'm
fur.
saying. I can't believe that they have survived this long in the animal kingdom.
I'm guessing a big predator is going to be a jaguar.
Let's see.
Ooh.
Maybe.
I
You
can
still
see
walk
that.
near your mother, but she doesn't look back as often. When you chirp, the others don't respond. You eat with them, you sleep with them, but something's different now. You're old enough to leave. One morning, you don't follow the group.
See you.
You walk the other way toward a log covered
See
in
you,
moss.
nerds.
You graze there alone until
I'm going to
sunset. You go
Legoland.
sleep
I'm gonna eat my
beside it.
turds in
No one
peace.
joins you, and no one comes looking either. The next day, you try to form something new. You nudge 2 juveniles to follow you. One does for a while, but by
You guys
midday,
also
he's
eat your
gone.
poop?
He went back to the group.
He's
So
making
you stand
his
by
own
the
coal.
riverbank, unsure what to do next. That evening, you rub your snout against a tall patch of reeds, leaving your scent behind. You wait in the shallows, watching the trail, but no one appears. On the
You know what's surprising about capybaras? Like how aquatic they are. I didn't expect them to be in the water for as long as they have been. Like it seems like they're kind of like semi-aquatic creatures.
Oh,
you
they
know?
are. They are. And yeah, they're like, they don't have like flippers or fins or anything. You'd think that they wouldn't be able to swim that well. They kind of remind me actually of like mini hippos. They got that hippo build to them.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, they're kind of big, but like they're no bigger than like a pig that you would see at a petting zoo. They're not that big.
They're the biggest
think
rodent
they're
in the
that big,
world,
yeah.
Jack.
Yeah, I know they're the biggest rodent in the world, but what's their competition? Remy?
Rats.
Remy the rat? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like
Maybe a rabbit.
It's like saying like you're the biggest dude amongst a bunch of 5-year-old toddlers. Like, all right, cool, dude.
You're right.
On the third day, you walk farther downstream and see a different group. There aren't that many of them. A few females lie stretched out on the bank, and 2 juveniles graze nearby. One big male stands near the edge of the water, chewing slowly. He's
You wanna
twice
eat
your size,
turds
with
with
thick
me?
shoulders and half-torn ears. Every
That's
part of
Alec.
him says, "Don't try it."
My
so
turd
you
tastes
don't.
pretty
You
good.
stop just out of view, then lower your head and step into the water, just enough to let the current drift you past them. You angle your body away and start grazing like this was your plan all along. The big
Yeah.
male lifts his head once, watching you for a moment, then goes back to chewing. He doesn't chase you off, so you stay. You're 2 years old, and you've been living with your new group for a year now. You're walking beside the dominant male, keeping just behind his shoulder as he steps through the mud and stops to graze at a patch of fresh grass. You lower your head and feed too, keeping your movements small so you don't draw
He's
attention.
waiting for him
He
to.
starts moving with
He's waiting for him to let out a fresh steamer. That's like a buffet. That buffet on wheels right there. Just waiting. Yeah.
it's about to be dinner time.
Give me the stew.
That
Give
would
me
be
the
weird.
stew.
Is it weirder to eat your own poop or someone else's poop?
Someone else's, I think.
I would agree.
That's the only thing I'm saying that's probably a downside of being a capybara. Everything else is great. You get to like walk around, you get to play, you get to like wrestle other capybaras. You're kind of lazy. It seems like they don't do much. They kind of walk around and then they eat grass and they poop and they eat the poop and that's kind of it.
And he looks at the ladies too. He hasn't really acted on it, but he's been looking. He's been peeping.
Maybe. Well, he's only 2 years old, so we'll see.
That's probably
moving
old in
again, and
capybara
you
years
follow
though.
without thinking. You're focused on the path, being kind of a beta male. Then the male suddenly slows down, lifting his head and freezing in place. Before you understand what's happening, a puma explodes from the bushes. Its paws hit the dirt in a full sprint, aimed straight at both of you. You're too close to run. It will catch whichever one of you falls behind. So you lower your head and ram the male, in the
Bro!
back, pushing your full weight into
No!
him. He stumbles sideways and lands on his back.
Simba!
The puma leaps mid-stride and crashes into him.
Yeah!
Just as he starts getting
No
up,
way he
it
did him
starts
like
ripping
that.
him apart, tearing his neck,
Sacrifice.
which disables him
Oh.
instantly. You
Oh.
turn and run. You don't
Yeah.
look back. You throw yourself
Poor
into the
guy.
river, kicking hard through the shallow water and pulling yourself onto the far bank before you stop moving. You stay there for hours, hidden under a random tree.
That's just a
until the
scary
sun
road to
starts
be living
drop.
in.
You think that's a pretty good meal for the puma?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
for sure.
Pretty nice, right?
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it
Probably like
probably
a
tastes
fat
so good.
pig.
Probably like a burrito from Chipotle.
Oh.
A nice thick capybara dinner. Mm.
That guy was
Definitely
big
double
too.
protein.
That guy was.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm
Probably
saying. And guess
barbacoa.
what? The guy we've been watching was probably the second biggest capybara there, which means that he's the new dog. He's the new king, and all those
Capital C,
capybara
capital.
ladies are now his.
That evening, you return to the group alone. The dominant male is dead. No one
Hey, capybaras, you're never gonna believe it. He ate his own turd and then he died. I totally didn't kill him. It was his fault.
He tripped.
He tripped and got eaten as he's eating turds. Did I mention that he eats his own turd?
Well, they
That's
probably
why
think
he
that's
was killing everybody.
attractive. So
That's
maybe
true,
maybe not the
actually,
best
you're right.
line.
That's probably like telling people like, hey, I had a really good like T-bone steak at the steakhouse.
No one challenges you, and no one even looks at you for long. You take his place, his spot near the food, his position near the females, and control over the rest. You're not a follower anymore. You're in charge now. Skip
Gob.
forward, and you're 4 years old now. The river's drying up again,
The
but there's a
goat.
warm spring tucked between the rocks where the water stays clear. You've claimed it. No other males come near, because they know it's yours. Most mornings, you soak here alone. But today, a female enters the water nearby. She doesn't look at you. She just settles in and floats. You stay where you are,
yo!
pretending not to notice. Then you climb out, shaking water from your fur, and start circling around her.
She
It's
got
not
a
the first time you've seen
stinker!
this happen. You've watched older males do it, but she ignores you. So you keep walking in big circles. Just
Excuse me, lady.
look at me.
Excuse me, lady. Do you have to poop? I'm getting pretty hungry.
This is definitely the grossest Morbek Bros video we've ever made.
No,
Just like
no.
you've seen, she stands and moves the opposite way. It's working. She walks faster, so you follow, but you move too quickly, splashing through the water and closing the gap too soon. She turns into the grass and stands at the edge, just watching. You stop and lower your head to eat from a clump of weeds, chewing slowly while facing
Acting
away
all
from her.
nonchalant.
After
Come
a
on,
while,
act
she circles
cool.
back.
Act
This
cool,
time
man.
She walks right past you. You turn and follow,
be
keeping
awkward.
your steps
about your
steady and
stocks.
staying behind her. She slows
be
down and lets you
awkward.
get closer. You move to her side and climb on top, planting your front feet behind her shoulders. It lasts a few seconds.
They're
then she
wrestling.
steps away and walks
I don't
back
think I'm
into the
allowed to
spring,
watch that.
lowering herself into the water. You follow and lie beside her. Now you understand how it works. You don't need to fight or push others aside. You just need to move the right way at the right time. You're 5 years old now. You walk at the edge of the forest where the fruit trees grow. A mango drops nearby
old do
and
they
rolls
live?
past your feet. You bite once, then again. Sweet juice fills
That's not turd! Ew! Ew, that's gross! Ew!
The first time you saw it, he was probably like, "Oh, the rainbow turd had spawned."
It's shiny! Gross! It's sweet! Ew! Doesn't taste like cheeks!
They live up to 8 years, by the way.
fillings.
Oh no! We're getting close to the end.
You chew. The skin tears easily. You swallow half before the other capybaras even notice it fell. 2 females and a younger male are close by, all focused on their own fruit. A few more drop around you, bouncing off branches and landing in the leaves. One of them rolls farther, slipping into the bush. You step
That's a
out
trap,
without
that's a
thinking,
trap.
Still chewing the last bite. Then something yanks your leg sideways. A wire closes tight around your ankle, jerking you off balance and slamming your body into the ground. You try to push up, but your leg stays pinned. The wire's too strong.
You think that we've been captured and we're gonna end up in a petting zoo?
Worse than that.
You twist hard and kick, dragging yourself in a half circle through the dirt. But it doesn't loosen. You struggle harder, digging your teeth into vines,
Poor guy.
ripping at
People
the bush
don't eat
that hides the
capybara,
anchor,
right?
But nothing breaks.
I
The snare holds your
wouldn't
leg
be
out
so
at the
sure.
wrong angle, and the more
I
you
don't think
pull,
they do.
the deeper it cuts. The others
People
are all
eat
gone.
everything.
When the wire snapped shut, they ran without even taking a look at you.
They
You
literally
stop
ditched
moving.
him.
The blood around your ankle thickens in the dirt.
Aw.
Then flies start landing on your back and stay
No.
there. Eventually, the sound of footsteps comes
Oh,
through the trees.
we're gonna get saved,
One
guys.
man walks toward you,
Oh, God.
holding a coil of rope in one hand and a machete in the other. He crouches.
He's not
checks
gonna
the
eat us,
snare,
right? He's gonna
then
save us?
grabs your leg and pulls you free. You don't resist. You're not awake for most of what comes next. He carries you by the legs, ties you
We're
to
good.
a pole, and slings it over his shoulder.
Oh.
Back at camp, the work is quick.
Oh,
He skins
no.
your body and lays the hide out to dry. The meat is set aside. Weeks later, part of you is wrapped around someone's waist, stitched into a belt. Life as a capybara might be rough,